Hello friends, here we go again for this month's EV lease deals of the month. So these are all battery electric cars. We're going from the cheapest to the most expensive. Only a few deals in this one for you, but there are a couple of decent ones. And as always, there's my link to Lease Loco, which is this wonderful site here, in the video description and pinned as a top comment. Please use that to make an inquiry on any of these cars if you would like to do so, as it does help support the channel. These are all 3 months up front, 3-year deals based on 10,000 miles a year. And in this one, as I'm doing now in my videos because of the craziness out there in the world, I'm only going to show you deals that are available for delivery within the next 6 months, or at least advertised as available for delivery within the next 6 months. I don't think anymore, for the time being at least, there's any point in letting you know about other deals which could be as long as a piece of string to get delivered to you. So off we go. First one we've got is the good old Fiat 500. It features in a lot of these deals, but it is still a good price at the moment. 911 quid up front, £303 a month, and that's in stock. So this means you could get one within the next couple of weeks. Price wise, it's there or thereabouts. It's been a bit cheaper earlier in the year, but considering it's also been more expensive. But considering this is an in-stock deal, I don't think it's too bad at all. We've talked about these a lot. 0 to 62 in 9 seconds, 118 brake horsepower. Obviously fully electric, Group 17 on the car insurance, and 185 litres of boot space. Very, very funky little cars. Hugely popular. And those in the know tell me that when you get into one of these things, it feels like it was designed as a ground-up EV, despite the fact it's obviously been knocking around for a while as a petrol car. Everything I hear about it's good. 911 up front, 303 a month. Next is the MG5. Obviously this is the estate version of the MG. I've recently had an MG HS, which is slightly different to this one, but really quite blown away by the build quality. You would not believe how good the fit and finish is on these things, considering their price point. So the HS is not going to win any sort of exterior design awards, is it? It looks slightly like it was from another time, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a bit dull perhaps to look at. Insurance Group 27, 156 brake horsepower, 7.7 seconds to 62, and 250 miles of combined range is claimed. 464 litres of boot space with all the seats up. Flip them down, it's nearly 1500 litres. So that's really quite decent. That one's the Excite spec, by the way, I should have mentioned. Right, Nissan Leaf, one of the original gangsters. 110 kilowatt centre, 39 kilowatt hour, 5-door. There or thereabouts price-wise, delivery within 4 to 6 months on this one. 7.9 seconds to 62, 150 brake horsepower, 320 newton meters of torque, 168 miles of combined range is claimed on that one, and 435 litres of boot space. If you're in the market for something like a VW ID3 or that kind of size car, you should definitely still be having a look at the Leaf. They are a little bit long in the tooth now, although they have had a refresh in the last few years. The Leaf's still got a lot of good things going for it, so definitely one to consider. 1,296 up front, 332 a month, and as you can see, it's there or thereabouts as to where it's been. Hyundai Ioniq 5. Now this is the one I would take right now probably. I think if I could take any EV right now, much as I would like a Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, it would be this one, just because it ticks so many boxes for me as a bit of design, as a family car, practical car. They're just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You might remember I did a brief review on one of these recently, which I'll put a link to up there. I'm spending a bit more time with one, I think next month. So I'll do a full review on that and really show you around the car in quite a bit of detail. £1,766 up front, £588 a month this one. It is more expensive than it has been. But look at this, it includes the maintenance package, that's servicing and tyres. Usually that's not included in these deals, and what you'd have to do normally is go on, make your inquiry, request a callback or send a message and ask for a maintained price. It's usually a little bit more than the standard price. So it's important to note that this one is included. The same delivery within 4 to 6 months, 1,766 up front, 588 a month. This one's the 160 kilowatt premium 73 kilowatt hour version, 0 to 62 in 7.4, 217 brake horsepower, Group 34 on the car insurance, and combined 300 miles of range. 527 litres of boot space in this thing, and I just adore these cars. Just such a great piece of kit, and the driving experience is so much better than you would imagine. It's very, very impressive indeed. Next, the Nissan Ariya. These are pretty new to the market. Delivery within 4 to 6 months on this one, and again it includes maintenance. So that includes your servicing and your tyres whilst you've got that car. So it's $1,809 up front and $603 a month. If we have a look at the stats, insurance group 31, 217 brake horsepower, 300 newton meters of torque, 7.5 seconds to 62, and a combined 250 miles of range. Boot space is 466 litres, and let's have a look. There have been a few videos appearing online where they did Nissan did a press launch for them over in, I think it was Barcelona, and a few people have had the chance to drive them, albeit they were pre-production models. So the finished version's yet to come out, but I think the general consensus is that everyone's been fairly impressed with these things. I didn't get an invite because I'm not important enough, but hopefully one day I'll get to spend some time with one myself. So $1,809 up front, $603 a month, but remember that includes your servicing and your tyres whilst you've got the car. Next, another new one, the Toyota BZ4X. There's a lot of hype around this one, a lot of interest building for it. Subaru are going to be releasing their own version, which is pretty much the same car. And there'll also be a forthcoming Lexus that's very, very similar to this one. So £2,000 up front, 600 quid a month. It's the 152 kilowatt pure 71 kilowatt hour version. Range is thought to be over 300 miles, but it looks like the official numbers are not yet out on it. The insurance group's not yet out on it. 207 brake horsepower, 265 newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 in 8.4, 452 litres of boot space. Now, what I'm delighted to see on this is that Toyota have put a big upgrade in on this infotainment system, because that has let down some of their slightly older vehicles, and it looks like this is a real step in the right direction for Toyota. I'm sure the quality of everything's going to be superb. It looks like they've made a bit more of an effort with the interior design than we sometimes see. I'm personally really looking forward to spending some time with one of these at some stage. Hopefully I'll be lucky enough to. Look like really interesting cars. As I said, lots of buzz around them in the press, lots of buzz around them with the journos. I think this is Toyota's first proper go at ground up EV, and as one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world, it could be quite an important car. £2,000 up front, 600 quid a month, delivery within 1 to 2 months. And finally, we've got the Audi E-tron, 230 kilowatt 50 Quattro 71 kilowatt hour Technic, and this one is currently 2,200 up front, 667 a month. Again, we've seen this one a lot, and the prices have changed quite a bit on it over the last year. Group 49 on the car insurance, so it's right up there, Group 50 being the top. 313 brake horsepower, 540 newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 in 6.8, and a combined 194 miles of range with 660 litres of boot space. I think we've discussed this one enough in previous videos. It's a very cool looking car. Range could be better. Performance otherwise looks good. 2.2 up front, 667 a month. So I've got a couple of common themes that have started to appear in the comments. One is about average monthly cost. I've just done a little short video on that, but just to clear it up for you, what you see here, the total up front, is the initial payment, or deposit as some people call it. You never get the deposit back, by the way, it's just an upfront payment plus any broker fee. Okay, that's the total upfront that you're going to pay, and then this is the total per month that you're going to pay, this 667. You're never going to pay more than that per month. The average cost is if you add together initial payment, broker fee and the monthly payments, and then split it across the term of the loan, so 36 months for example, just to give you an idea of what it's actually costing. Because what you find in some cases is, look, this one's £2 a month cheaper than that one, so you might think, oh, that's a good deal, but the fee is £100 a month more. So as an average, if we average it across, this one works out, I don't know, 26 pence a month less than that one. All right, a lot of people seem to be getting confused about that, so I thought I'd just explain it. So there we go, folks. If you've got interest in any of those deals whatsoever, please use my link, which is in the video description and pinned as a top comment. I do get paid if you use that link. So it does help support the channel, and I really appreciate the support that everyone gives me. You can also pop onto my website, notaguru.co.uk, and buy me a coffee if you like, or support the channel in some different way. Please like the video if you haven't already done so, and obviously please subscribe and click that notification bell. Less than 20% of people watching this video are subscribed. And if you like this kind of thing, I do lots of car leasing content, I do car reviews, I do used car content, I do car news every week. Hopefully there's something for everyone. Unfortunately, my fat face is on a lot of it, but there we go. I can't do much about that, apart from diet, I suppose. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. Hope to see you again next time. Take care.